Behaving your best and prioritizing customer satisfaction should be a given whenever you're on the job. Yet, surprisingly, some folks just don't seem to get the memo. Instead, they turn their workplace into a playground for criminal activities. But as they say, every action has its consequences, and it's all fun and games until the law catches up with you, right in the midst of your shift. Here are 5 cases when dumb people got arrested at their jobs. Number 5. Amazon delivery man arrested for drunk driving. Delivery drivers are the unsung heroes of our e-commerce-driven world, trusted to navigate our streets safely, delivering everything from the mundane to the essential right to our doorsteps. But what happens when that trust is broken? Not by a mistake, but by a series of decisions that culminate in a dangerous and potentially tragic outcome. In the serene streets of Solon, Ohio, where the pace of life usually mirrors the tranquility of its surroundings, the last thing anyone expects is a disruption of the peace caused by an Amazon delivery truck. But believe it or not, that's precisely the scene unfolding, with the unmistakable sight of an Amazon truck weaving through the streets. It begins with locals noticing something off about this particular delivery vehicle.
Okay, yeah, he just ran up on the curb. I'm going to stop him. He, 91 near Pettibone.
Instead of the usual careful navigation through the neighborhood, this truck is on a wild ride, veering from one side of the road to the other, barely missing parked cars, and causing a stir among the residents. The police, alerted by concerned citizens, are quick to respond. They spot the erratic truck, and with lights flashing, they signal it to pull over.
How you doing today? Yeah? You're just okay, or what's going on?
The driver, Mr. Conlon Sursig, complies, but it's immediately clear that something's not quite right.
You're what? I got you. You got a driver's license on you?
The officer observes the classic signs of impairment. The officer starts off by asking the driver what time he started working.
What time did you start working today? 10. 10 this morning? Yeah. Do you know what time it is?
And if he's had anything to drink.
Do you have anything to drink today, or? No. Do you have any medical conditions or anything? Depression.
Then, sensing that the driver might not be sober at all, the officer decides to test him with the alphabet test.
Do you know, can you say the alphabet starting with E and ending with W?
There's a certain irony in the air, with a delivery driver responsible for bringing goods safely to people's doorsteps, now the center of a potentially dangerous situation. Sursig is asked to step out of the truck.
Do me a favor, why don't you hop on out here real quick, all right? You set your stuff down there.
Then, the officer questions him about how erratic his driving has been.
You see yourself driving up on the curb? You notice that at all?
Yeah, I screwed up.
But all Sursig can come up with is a weak explanation.
I just wasn't paying attention.
And then, to top it off, he tries another feeble excuse.
Oh, you hit the curb a couple times, didn't you?
Yeah, I was done with my route, and I just...
And just like that, the roadside tests begin.
Can you see the tip of my finger here? Mm-hmm. Just follow the tip of my finger with your eyes, okay? Don't move your head, just your eyes, all right?
These roadside tests hold the power to unveil a person's true state.
Don't move your head. Keep your head.
They're not just about legality. They're about coordination, balance.
Keep going, keep going. Yeah.
And the ability to follow simple instructions.
3 small pivot steps or a series of pivot steps, and you can turn around and go.
how many steps?
9 steps back.
Right now, Sursig's state is far from optimal. As the tests draw to a close, the officers exchange knowing nods. Their suspicions confirmed. The consequences are inevitable.
Okay, do me a favor. We're going to place your hands right behind your back, all right? I'm going to place you under arrest for driving under the influence, okay?
The officer then asks him if there's any alcohol in the car.
Alcohol in the car, or what happened today? You just have a couple for when you're working, or?
And proceeds to do a thorough search on him.
That's your personal keys?
It's pretty clear they've made up their minds. It's time for a trip to the station, where they can do more thorough testing.
Back this way. I don't even know a number.
The driver's claim of not having any alcohol is quickly proven wrong when the officers search the truck.
I know, I bet there's gonna be booze. Yep, here it is.
And it doesn't end there. They find even more stuff inside during an inventory search of the vehicle. At the station, Sursig blew a staggering 0.284% BAC on the breathalyzer, more than 3 times the legal limit. It's a number that doesn't just whisper, but shouts guilty of driving under the influence. The charges are laid out: OVI, over 0.17 BAC breath, and failure to drive within marked lanes. Yet, in a twist that adds a layer of complexity to the tale, Sursig pleads not guilty. I can't help but wonder what Sursig was thinking when he was asked about any alcohol in the truck. I mean, he had to know the officers would search the vehicle and make him do tests, right? So why deny it when you know there's no way to get out of it? Was it just pure ignorance? Or did he really think he could somehow make himself look innocent? Number 4. Police officer arrested for drinking on duty. In a rather bewildering turn of events, an officer from Apopka finds himself on the wrong side of the law, showcasing a lapse in judgment that lands him in hot water. The incident, caught on body cam footage by the Eustis Police Department in Florida, unravels a tale of professional misstep that is as serious as it is head-scratching. Our story begins when the Eustis Police encounter one of their own behind the wheel, not in the capacity of law enforcement, but as a suspect of DUI. The officer, identified as Oscar Mayorga, is not just any driver. He's in full uniform and driving his police-issued cruiser, a setting that's ripe with irony and disbelief. Mayorga, in his official attire, appears disoriented. The interior of the cruiser is in disarray, with personal items scattered about, painting a picture of chaos that mirrors the situation at hand. As the investigation unfolds, more details come to light that add layers to this already complex scenario.
So, Rap asked him, "Hey man, did you have anything to celebrate for today?" He said no. He's like, "Be honest, in our profession, honest."
Mayorga, it seems, had taken Benadryl, not just 1, but 3 tablets. A decision that's baffling considering his scheduled shift.
He said, "I'm gonna be honest, I had 3 Benadryl." I was like, "Okay, when did you have that?" He's about 2 hours ago. I'm like, "Why would you take 3 Benadryl knowing you had to go into work tonight?"
The intent might have been an innocent attempt to catch some sleep.
He said, "I was just trying to sleep." And I said, so you're trying to miss your shift because of that?" And he said, "No."
But the implications are far-reaching, raising questions about judgment and responsibility. The refusal to perform field sobriety exercises, FSEs, only adds to the intrigue.
And then Rap asked him to do FSEs, and he said,
It's a moment of defiance that doesn't bode well for Mayorga, casting a shadow of doubt over his sobriety and, by extension, his decision-making. This act of refusal, coupled with the disheveled state of his cruiser, speaks volumes, hinting at a lack of control that's unbecoming of an officer. Adding more complexity to the situation is Mayorga's medical condition.
Seizures every 2 or 3 months.
Are you on medication?
What do you take for it?
The fact that he mentions having seizures every few months brings a whole new layer to the story. Then, when the officers ask him about his medication,
Starts with a D.
Does your medication state not to drink and take it?
How
Mix it with
far was
alcohol?
that?
Does it say not to mix it with alcohol?
He draws a blank. He can't even remember what he's supposed to take for his condition, which is pretty concerning. The dialogue around medication and alcohol.
When's the last time you took your medicine?
4 days ago.
Oh, so you haven't taken it recently? Okay.
Though not directly stated, suggests that Mayorga might be mixing some serious substances. That's not good, especially if he's driving a police car. We don't want someone who might be messing with dangerous stuff in a position of authority like that. It's just not safe for anyone involved.
Want to go down to the hospital right now?
No, sir.
Okay.
In the midst of the unfolding scene, officers exchange puzzled glances as they discuss Mayorga's perplexing behavior. Despite their offers of assistance, he refuses any form of medical intervention, a decision that raises eyebrows among his colleagues.
He's refusing medical, and he refused FSEs.
Yeah, he had his uniform on. He's refused FSEs, and he's now
I don't know if you saw his laptop.
Their attention is also drawn to the chaotic state within his car.
His car inside is a disarray. His laptop's on the floorboard and everything.
As they try to make sense of it all, the inconsistencies in Mayorga's story only add to the intrigue.
The thing is he said that he's going in 441 into Park City, but he's told Robichek that he's on his way to work. Yeah. Right.
He insists he's just on his way to work, but the state of his car and his own condition don't quite match up with that story.
I think he's on his way to work. If he's on his way to work, then he's in deep trouble.
Oh, he told.
All right. Well,
He said that he.
It's a puzzle that doesn't quite fit, raising more questions than answers about his whereabouts and intentions prior to the encounter.
He never went 10 over the radio.
Get him off the
His,
stretcher.
the Popka has no clue that he's out here. That's what he told Rap.
The response from the Eustis Police Department is swift and by the book. Mayorga's arrest, under the glaring lens of the body cam, is a procedural affair that underscores the seriousness of the offense. But there's no victory dance here. It's more of a reality check, showing the serious side of making bad choices, especially for someone who's supposed to be on the right side of the law. It's a moment that really makes you think about the consequences of your actions. Initially, Mayorga told an officer he had taken some Benadryl before being stopped, but later on, when EMS arrived, he admitted to having 3 tall boys of beer before starting his shift. Turns out, his blood alcohol level was a whopping .391, which is more than 4 times over Florida's legal limit. Isn't it just incredibly unfair when those who are meant to uphold the law end up breaking it themselves? It's really disappointing to see, but there's a silver lining in knowing that even law enforcement officers aren't exempt from facing consequences when they're in the wrong. Number 3. Post office employees' poor service results in arrest. On a regular day at a Miami post office, things take an unexpected turn when a customer notices what he thinks is unfair treatment by a postal worker towards another customer. He decides to do something about it, and the whole thing gets caught on camera before the postal worker gets arrested. His approach is straightforward. He wants to talk to a manager to discuss the situation.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about the treatment you gave the person here.
You can go right there.
That was discriminatory. So you said you spoke Spanish?
The customer, concerned by what he's witnessed, feels compelled to address the issue, not just for the individual involved, but for the principle of the matter.
You called her mother. You called her. Yes, I am recording. You're in a public place. You know?
Have a good day, but you can wait for the supervisor.
I'm asking for your supervisor.
The postal worker, perhaps caught off guard by the complaint, suggests the customer wait aside while a supervisor is called.
Can you make sure? Can you make sure they come? Can you make sure you go get them, please?
Sir, come on.
Can you make sure you get the
I'm gonna
manager?
put everybody out if he don't move out my way, because I'm telling him to step to the side, and I call.
This is a standard procedure in many service environments, but the customer is adamant.
You did? I didn't see you do that.
You see me in the back, right?
That was before.
Come on here.
Okay. I'm waiting.
He insists on waiting right there, believing that moving aside would somehow diminish the urgency of his complaint. As the situation continues, the customer's determination doesn't wane.
Your treatment of these people is discriminatory. So we're going. No, you're discriminating
Y'all
them.
us all the time.
We
I don't
saw,
care if you record. Y'all
I
discriminate
saw you.
us all the time.
He's not looking for confrontation, he's seeking resolution. He believes in showing respect to everyone, especially in public service settings where diversity and inclusivity should be the norm, not the rarity.
All the time.
Who discriminated you? No one discriminated you.
Not always.
No one discriminated. But what you did was racist.
Okay, I don't care what you say. You can go over there.
You're a postal employee. You work for them.
The dialogue between the customer and the postal worker doesn't escalate in raised voices or dramatic gestures, but there's a notable tension.
To accommodate and service your customers, not insult them for not speaking English. Okay, only because they're Hispanic doesn't mean they're less than you.
Do me a favor, wait on the side?
No, I'm waiting for the manager.
The customer is frustrated by what he sees as a lack of action, and the postal worker is trying to keep things moving while addressing his concerns. The customer makes it clear that he's willing to take further steps if necessary.
You wait on this side for a supervisor.
Where is
You
that
want a
protocol?
supervisor?
I'm
Just
waiting for
wait
the
on
supervisor
side.
to come and help me. Okay? We're going to file a formal complaint.
I don't care what you do, sir. I don't give a
Mentioning the possibility of involving higher authorities.
two fucks. Now take that to the news. I don't care.
We're going to take it to the postal
I
inspector.
don't care.
This is unacceptable.
I don't
Your
care.
behavior is
Get out my face with
unacceptable.
me over there.
You're
That's
very
what you
aggressive.
harassing me now.
Or even the police to document the incident.
It's Saturday. So is that your plan? So you're thinking I'm just going to leave, right? I'm not going to leave. If I have to call the police to document this, we'll call and document it.
It's not about causing a scene, it's about ensuring that the right processes are being followed and that everyone is treated fairly. Throughout the exchange, the post office continues to operate. Other customers come and go, some perhaps aware of the unfolding situation, others oblivious, focused only on their errands. The employee, clearly not bothering to call her supervisor, carries on with her tasks, which prompts the customer to ask if she's taken any steps to address his concerns.
So you called your supervisor? Your plan is just to leave me here waiting?
He warns of escalating the complaint to higher authorities, but the employees dismiss him, almost as if he's invisible.
Documented. This is going to go to the postal inspector. We're going to make a big equal opportunity complaint about this. Did you call your supervisor?
He then confronts them about their discriminatory remarks.
Today ain't your day. I mean, you guys thought you were going to get away with it. Saying all those racist comments against these people. And you thought no one spoke English. Big mistake.
Emphasizing that assuming he couldn't understand English was a huge mistake, as he heard and comprehended all their comments.
I heard it all. I heard it all. Got you.
The employees persist in behaving as though the customer is invisible, even as he makes comments like these.
You ain't gonna have a job. I promise you. I promise you, none of you will have one.
She even goes so far as to put on a Christmas headband, signaling her disinterest in engaging with the customer any further. The customer's determination to wait for a supervisor is a call for accountability. He's not just watching from the sidelines. He's standing up for proper conduct in customer service. His actions, while firm, aren't aggressive. They're based on a belief in fairness and the necessity of addressing complaints properly. As time ticks by, the customer stays put in the post office, resolute in his choice to wait for a supervisor. However, the post office worker reaches her limit with his persistent complaints and decides to take action. The opinions on this video are varied. Some feel the employee's behavior was rude and lacked good customer service skills. They believe she should have shown respect to the customer and called her supervisor immediately. On the flip side, There are those who view the customer as a bully, finding his actions unacceptable and believing he shouldn't have been berating the service clerk. As for my opinion, I believe it's essential for both customers and employees to treat each other with respect and professionalism. While customers have the right to voice their concerns, it should be done in a constructive and respectful manner. Likewise, employees should strive to provide courteous service and address customer issues promptly and appropriately. How about you? Any thoughts about this? Spill it all in the comments section. Regardless of public opinion, it's worth noting that the woman in the video was arrested shortly after the incident was reported to the police. Number 2. Circle K employee arrested for car fraud and multiple warrants. An ordinary day at a Circle K gas station takes an unexpected turn when officers notice a blue Chevy Impala with a peculiar license plate. The plate, meant for a black 2014 Chevy Equinox, sparks curiosity. This small discrepancy leads to a significant discovery. The registered owner of the plate has an active warrant. Meanwhile, inside the store, a woman named Emya is working her shift, unaware of the interest her car is generating outside. The officers decide to investigate further and check the car's vehicle identification number, VIN, only to find it partially hidden by some papers. Emya, at first insisting she's the car's owner, looks visibly uneasy as she tries to handle her work and the unfolding situation outside.
My name's Aaron. You wouldn't happen to know whose car that is, would you? Is it your car? What's your name?
Her hesitation to fully cooperate with the officers is evident.
What's your name?
Marche Dixon.
Okay. The plates are coming back to a different car. You know something about that? No? How long you had that car?
As they dig deeper, they discover more than just a license plate mismatch.
On it, come back to Chevy Equinox. Obviously, that's not an Equinox, and the plates are expired as of last year.
Okay, I gotta call the person in, see why.
The officer requests her to remove the paper covering the VIN so we can verify the information.
Do you mind moving that piece of paper so I can verify the VIN on that car?
You gotta give me one more. I gotta take the call to my manager.
All right, the VIN is partially covered up.
Outside, the officer fills Emya in on the situation.
The plate comes back to a 2014 Chevy Equinox. Okay, that's not an Equinox, that's a Chevy Impala. The license plates are expired as of last July. Okay?
He explains that they need to verify the registration, but the plate is partly covered up.
You want to verify the registration on the vehicle. But you got a piece of paper there on the VIN that's half covered up. Do you have your ID on you first?
No, I didn't bring it.
He makes it clear he's not looking for trouble. He just wants to ensure that the car isn't stolen.
We're not trying to cause you any problems, but obviously there's a vehicle out here with plates that aren't matching. We just want to verify, make sure the car's not stolen or anything like that.
I gotta...
Despite his reassurances, Emya refuses to provide any information.
I don't know my social about her. I don't have nothing on me.
How old are you?
Go get the phone. I'm 24. Okay. So I'm about to go get the job phone.
Undeterred, the officer once again asks her to uncover the vehicle's VIN.
Able to move that piece of paper so I can see the VIN?
Yeah, I have to go in the job and get out the office.
Okay. Thank you.
After finally accessing her information, the officer finds out that the vehicle hasn't been registered for over 2 years, adding another layer to the mystery.
Looking at the VIN of the car, it obviously comes back to 2007 Impala, which is what it is. Hasn't been registered since 2021. All right.
Due to this, they inform Emya that they'll have to tow her car.
The plates that's on it, as I already explained, don't belong to that car, so I'm towing the car.
You can't do that, though, because the car not moving.
I
cannot do that.
I can't.
You cannot do that.
I can't.
Which, of course, doesn't sit well with her.
You cannot,
those plates don't come back to that vehicle.
You cannot do that.
You also
cannot do that. You cannot do that. I was not driving in. It was not moving. None of that. You can't do that.
Listen.
Hold on.
No.
She even threatens to record the police officers, as if her phone could magically resolve the sticky situation she's in.
Don't touch me. I'm not touching you.
Listen, you also have...
Don't touch me.
Stop.
Don't touch me. See, look at it. Look at it.
Stop.
You see it, right?
Stop.
No, I'm about to put my camera out. Now I'm about to...
The situation takes a turn when Emya tries to re-enter the store, disregarding the officer's instructions.
Explain some stuff.
No, y'all
get away from the door. Come over this way so people can get in the door.
Y'all cannot do that.
Okay, come over this way so people can get into the door, please.
I need to get into my job.
No.
Her actions inconvenience customers navigating the scene.
Come out here so this gentleman can get outside. Miss Rosser. Walk over here so this gentleman can get out.
Y'all pulled me out my job.
Despite the officer's calm explanation of the situation, Emya firmly resists.
Sir, please step over here so I can speak to you about this vehicle. These guys are trying to get into the store.
No, y'all are in the wrong. Y'all know y'all in the wrong.
I already explained to you what's going on with this car.
Once more, she tries to retreat into the store to evade the officers.
Stop.
I'm not doing that.
Stop.
I'm not doing that.
You gotta let me stop.
No.
Come on. You're creating a show. Stop.
Y'all see this, right? Shining and crazy.
Stop.
See this, right?
Persisting in her defiance despite their orders. Eventually, they're left with no choice but to handcuff her to defuse the situation.
Stop resisting.
Because they pulled me out my job, and I wasn't even doing it.
Stop it.
You see this, right?
Okay. All right, now we're going back.
Despite the officer's efforts to escort her outside, she firmly refuses and insists on receiving all necessary information within the store's confines. Even after the officer explains that cooperating could expedite her release,
And if that's the case, you'll be out of handcuffs and you'll be on your way, okay?
I'm not going to be on my way because y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. None of this is supposed to happen because I'm not in my car. I'm at work. Y'all pulled me up out of my job.
she remains steadfast in her resistance. Her determination to remain inside and her refusal to heed the officer's advice prolonged the situation, leading to further tension and frustration for all involved. After some convincing, she finally agrees to step outside.
It's gonna fall out. You don't have any weapons on you. Nothing else? Miss Rosser?
But as they escort her into the police car, she's not happy about leaving her phone behind.
How about... Go ahead, take a seat.
Give me my phone.
You're not gonna have your phone while you're in the back seat detained.
Wait, what?
You're not gonna have your...
Wait, what?
The officers try to calm her down, but she just keeps getting more and more worked up.
You're gonna have your phone while you're in the back seat.
Let somebody know.
Okay, we'll let somebody know when you get a chance. Get your feet in the car.
No.
Get your feet in the car.
No.
She resists every step of the way.
Stop. Get your feet in the car. You might be able to do that over at Strongsville, but the quicker that we get going, the quicker you can go do that.
I'm not about to...
Making things tough for the officers.
To make sure my kids are good. No.
Where are your kids at?
Give me my phone. Now, man. Give me my phone, man.
Get in the car.
Give me my phone.
At this point, she's acting like a child.
Give me my phone.
Get in the car.
Give me my phone.
Get your feet in the car for me, please.
No, give me my phone.
Get your feet in the car.
No, give me my phone.
Put your feet in the car.
Give me my phone.
She's also worried about her 2 kids at home.
No, I need to make sure my kid's good. Give me my phone. I'm not about to waste no one phone call when I have 2 people to call. No, give me my phone.
Well, maybe they'll be more than willing to do that. I don't know exactly what...
Adding to the tension of the situation, Emya, still upset about not being allowed to bring her phone, won't sit properly inside the patrol car.
No, I need my phone.
Well, guess who found this car? Guess who found the car?
Stop.
Despite the officer's repeated requests, she keeps her foot outside the car, preventing them from closing the door.
No!
Stop. Put your foot in the car.
No, I need to call my kids. No, I'm not doing it.
Insisting on having her phone and making a call, she disregards the officer's explanations that it's not permitted.
No, I need a phone call now.
No,
I need a phone call
It doesn't
now.
work that way. We don't let people call when they're in custody. It doesn't work that way. No,
I wasn't in custody at first. No, I'm in custody.
They remind her that she doesn't get to call the shots during her arrest. But she's like a broken record. refusing to listen to anything the cops say.
You're wasting your time is what you're doing.
I have now to get my kids.
Go ahead and get in the car.
No, I need to call my kids.
It's not going to change anything.
I need to call my kids.
Your requests are not going to be granted at this point because you don't make the decisions here. Okay?
Eventually, the officers succeed in getting her settled in the vehicle, ready to head to jail.
That's why she's being detained, because she has warrants.
Despite her reluctance, Emya is taken into custody. She's looking at charges for resisting arrest, and there might be more coming related to her warrants and the car's registration. Number 1. Walmart employee gets arrested for stealing from cash register. In an unexpected turn of events, a Walmart cashier finds herself in a tricky situation that rapidly spirals out of control. The day starts like any other at the bustling retail giant. However, little does anyone know that it will end with police intervention, an arrest, and a series of actions that will leave onlookers in disbelief. The scene unfolds as officers respond to a report of ongoing theft at the store. The suspect in question is a cashier who, according to the police, has been caught red-handed stealing money from the cash register. The evidence? Clear footage that shows the cashier pocketing cash, a fact that seems indisputable given the store's surveillance capabilities.
You're on camera. Will you be able to empty out your pockets?
They explain what's happening, mentioning that surveillance cameras have recorded Daja's actions. Adhering to protocol, the officers ask Daja to empty her pockets as part of their standard procedure to gather evidence and understand the situation.
Anything else in your pockets?
They proceed with a pat-down search, a necessary step given the circumstances.
You got nothing on you?
Which pocket did she put in?
Put your hands behind your head, or like
this one?
behind your head.
That's pocket left. This one.
Despite Daja's evident frustration and increasing agitation, she complies.
It's on camera.
Can I see for myself? Please?
I'm going to show you the pictures just to show you. There's a camera literally right above you.
I know that.
The tension mounts as the officers reveal photographic evidence of the suspected theft.
Of course.
So here's the times that I guess you were taking it the other days, right? The other days? Okay.
The images are undeniable, depicting Daja taking money from the register on several occasions.
Taking money out.
However, despite the clarity of the evidence, Daja refuses to back down, claiming that the money was hers all along.
That's mine, sir.
Okay. Alright.
So I'm going to have her write a statement real quick.
Okay.
The officers, keeping their cool, make an attempt to ease the tension. They ask Daja to provide a written statement, a standard protocol in such situations.
About why you have this money and explain to us what has happened on these previous days.
This statement is intended to allow Daja to share her side of the story, offering her the chance to clarify the situation from her perspective. However, Daja remains unconvinced.
How can I know what happened if it looked like I'm taking money out of the drawer?
I'm just letting you know, it's all in video, okay? So I need you to write a statement about what has happened.
Questioning how she's supposed to explain actions she feels are being misinterpreted.
I hear him.
Okay.
I hear him.
Okay?
Like, y'all gonna make me mad. I'm being calm right now because I'm trying to see what's going on.
We're being calm too. We'll just explain what you need to do.
Daja's frustration boils over as she flat out refuses to comply with the officer's requests.
Stuff though, what y'all
Okay, right now
mean?
you're in custody, okay? So I need you to get your stuff out. Alright, just write the statement. That's fine.
Like, this is my stuff I bought with my money. Why can't I put
so
it
then
back
write
in
that
my-
on the statement.
She insists vehemently that the items in her possession are rightfully hers, purchased with her own hard-earned money, and she struggles to grasp why she's being treated as a suspect.
I am.
Okay, you don't need to yell at me. Do it what they're
I'm
told
grown
you
as
to do.
hell. Don't talk to me how I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you how
Right now
calm.
you're still at work, so you're gonna
I
do
know
what
that.
work's gonna ask you to do.
Engaging in a heated debate about her rights, her belongings, and her innocence, Daja's emotions soar, escalating the tension of the situation.
I want to see what happened. That's why I'm
telling you what happened.
I'm not talking to y'all, please.
I'm talking to you.
But I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
She stands her ground, demanding access to the video footage, firmly convinced it will exonerate her and clear her name.
I didn't do.
Okay. Well, it's on video.
Okay, I want to see the video.
Well, I'm telling you. I'm telling you what's on video. Okay.
It's okay. I don't want to write no statement.
Want to put on?
Daja's frustration grows, and she becomes increasingly vocal, expressing her confusion and anger.
Write no statement.
Well, then you're gonna initial it. You're gonna put it in there. I don't want to put no statement. You're gonna initial it. Okay. Right.
So y'all go.
Right.
Y'all
No
go
statement and
force me
initial it
to
with
write
your.
a statement or
Right.
something.
Despite the officer's attempts to explain the process, present the evidence, and emphasize the importance of her cooperation,
And then initial it. Okay. So this way I can't put in there that you did something.
Here you go, sir.
Okay.
It's initial. DH. Thank you.
Daja remains steadfast in her stance. She perceives the situation as an unjust accusation, convinced that once the video evidence is reviewed, the error will be corrected. The officers remind Daja that she's in custody, a fact that seems to fuel her distress further.
Arrest you.
Arrest me?
Yeah, so you're gonna do what they told you to do, is get back on.
Why is y'all arresting me?
Because you're under arrest for stealing.
I didn't steal.
As the confrontation continues, Daja becomes increasingly agitated.
Just take off your vest so then we can get out of here.
Okay, can I go home? I didn't steal shit. Like, I'm not even from out here.
The officers, left with no other option, proceed to make the arrest.
Oh, y'all serious right now?
You're resisting.
What you mean? I just finna turn around, y'all. Can I?
Despite the situation, Daja refuses to comply with the officer's instructions, denying any wrongdoing.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I promise I didn't.
Okay.
The struggle intensifies with Daja fighting back and adamantly asserting her innocence.
Just had it on me, G. I did not hit her.
Well, you're on body camera, so.
Right. Yo, did all that. I asked her.
She's pleading for her freedom and displaying non-cooperation throughout. Finally, after much resistance and struggle, Daja calms down.
Can I sit down, please? Oh my God.
Are you going to be calm?
Yes.
All right.
They manage to subdue her, but not without difficulty. Daja's resistance is fierce, a testament to her disbelief and desperation. When the officers request to see Daja's personal transactions to track the stolen money, it sparks another outburst from her.
Action history and all that stuff.
Yes, and I can show y'all.
Well, then you can print that out, bring it to court.
But that is
I'll bring it too. Sneak. I'll bring it too.
what you mean, bring it? That is mine.
She refuses to provide the information they need, offering up various excuses to avoid compliance.
Bill to pay, and that's why I took it out of my transaction.
I've seen nothing now.
Get it out of your bank account. You show that transaction. We got our videos.
What the fuck, bro?
The officers stumble upon Daja's fake IDs, and despite their discovery, she attempts to justify their presence.
Yeah, I do. I'm young. I'm 20 years old.
Okay.
I like to party. I like to.
Yep, it's legal.
Okay, I don't give a fuck. Y'all can throw them away. Y'all got my real ID.
Of course, the officers aren't buying it. They quickly set her straight, letting her know that those IDs are getting confiscated, and she's not getting away scot-free. She's facing some serious charges for having them.
They're not getting thrown away.
Whatever y'all gonna do, I'm getting charged with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even faced with the reality of the situation, Daja doesn't seem to get it. She's still clinging onto her innocence like it's the last life jacket on a sinking ship, insisting she's the one who's been wronged here.
You're not going to get a break sitting here fighting with officers.
I'm not fighting. I was never even fighting them. I asked them nicely, can I get my things? And he right here.
Returning to the topic of the fake IDs, the officers stress the illegality of possessing such documents.
This is
probably, yeah.
I don't do nothing else with them but getting that. And I use my regular ID for everything else.
With Daja in tow, the officers escort her to the patrol car and hit the road towards the station.
Just watch your head, okay? I'm gonna put a seatbelt over you.
Thank you.
But even as they make their way there, Daja doesn't let up. She's still going on about how she's been wronged, voicing her grievances loud and clear. She's not shy about it either, passionately asserting her innocence and demanding to see any video evidence they claim to have of her supposed theft.
Do the statement, but what statement do I pose to put if y'all the one who's saying y'all have the video, this and that? So let me see the video and...
Ultimately, Daja faces serious charges, including theft, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault, charges that emerged from what initially seemed like a routine day at work. And there you have it. Just a quick roundup of some pretty entitled employees who, even after getting busted for workplace crimes, still try to play the victim and act like they did nothing wrong. Which case do you think took the cake for the most obnoxious behavior? Personally, I'd say that Circle K employee really went all out to make things difficult for everyone involved. How about you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, check out our other stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.